So this character is Hibiki Sakura from How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? And like any image, we should just first focus on kind of producing a circle, and for kind of the skull, right? That's kind of what you want to start off with. Now this is kind of a really rough circle shape. In fact, yeah, I think it should be better like that. Yeah, and then we can just kind of erase this chunk here. So that's a little bit more of an oval. We can make it circular. And so what I'm going to do is, we have want to create a line all the way down. So really trying to match kind of where their cheeks and chins are. And then what we're going to do is come down here. It has kind of a wide cheek area, something like that. And then, in fact, I think this actually goes a little bit lower. So we'll make this go a bit lower here. Something like that. I feel like that's a bit too much, right? If that's there, you know what? I liked it better in the previous one. I think that's better. And then we'll do something similar here. So yeah. And then I think in general, this is probably a bit too long, so we can probably just... Yes, I think that looks a lot better. And so we'll just correct these lines here. This is a really rough sketch, so so it's okay to have kind of these thick lines. And before we finalize with the line art, we will kind of correct those. So next, what we're going to do is put in 2 guidelines for the eyes. Since this is straight, we're going to just give it a straight line across for the eyes. This will be the center of the pupil. And then that should be it. The ears are about here. Yeah, I think that should be it. So create a new layer. What we're going to do is really try drawing the eyes, right? So if that's where the center of the eyes are, I don't want this to be here. Kind of thick right here. Now, one thing that I noticed is it's actually kind of like that. Our eyes actually down a little. Very much like that. And this part is actually thicker. So we want this to be erased a little. This part to be one, that, and this, that, and... All right, great. So next, what we're going to do is the other eye, kind of the same thing, probably a little bit higher. Then this, that. That. So the goal of this is not to create anything perfect. The goal of this is kind of speed, because the thing about learning, working with this kind of copying idea is that you don't want to make an exact replica, right? Because that's kind of pointless. You want to get it as close to the original as you can, and then just kind of do several copies, right? Because the thing is, if you spend too much time on doing one copy, then you don't have time to really hone in on the skill and kind of develop faster, right? So so the goal of this is definitely not to have it perfect, but it's also not to, it's to get it as close as you can to the original. So we have something like this. Actually, on the eyes, you also have kind of these lashes here. Right? Oh man, really sucks with that it a little bit high. Yeah, should be fine. So new layer. What we're going to do next is going to kind of just draw in the hairs, right? So one big piece right here, and then kind of a small one, and then another big piece right here like that. Connect. Similarly, like that. And then you have something like that. Now, what we have here is kind of the side bang, I guess you could call it. And it kind of just comes down like that. So I'm actually going to add in some shoulders here. So neckline, probably a bit too thick, and then like so. Shoulders extend way out. And out here. Something like that, right? That's about right. Here, that's 1, 1, 1. Here. Shoulders somewhat like that. Okay, cool. Now we have one strand of hair like that. Want to up. On. And then bring it down. And then another strand kind of going from here. And it actually seems like curves in like that. Yeah, I think we could work with that. Now, one thing I notice is that this actually doesn't come out that far. Actually, a little bit. And then if you were to have the ears, put the ears back, and the ears come out like okay, cool. So we have one strand of hair, and what we're going to do is move on to the other side. Part needs a bit of correcting. And then so on the other side of this hair, you have a strand that kind of goes to the middle of the eye, connect, just like, I'd say that's, and then you have a strand, that and that. So that coming in, this time you have that and okay, cool. Now, one thing I did notice is that this should probably this, right? It should probably come in a little bit more. Which means this one has to come in a little bit more. Like, and then you have some little strand like that, and that should be good. Be good. Now, one thing I did notice is, so now what we're going to do is move on to the back of the head. So the back actually kind of circle around her head, kind of like this. Too much. That, create a new layer. Okay, cool. So now we are working on the back of the head. But first, before we do, there's also one more piece of hair that kind of just goes here, slightly out here, and then it kind of crossed about the cut. So if we were to zoom in, kind of make some corrections here, right? And then have another. I think that's pretty close. And then now that actually doesn't go out that far. So it's actually not pretty cool. So this means this has to go out kind of like this. I think that's closer. That looks close. All right. Next we have a strand like that, and just a little bit like that. Now, moving on to the back of the head. So we have two ponytails. One that this kind of comes on out a little bit and out and look right above her. I'm gonna go that and shoulder. We have here. Now, this one, it's quite obvious that the hair actually comes a lot more what I'm currently showing. So we're going to erase this. I know I said we're not going to make this perfect, but like it's, I still need to make this kind of similar enough to the reference. And then, so what we're going to do also is probably correct this as well. Because this one is definitely that. There. And then, so inside here, you have kind of two strands here. This, that. Okay, cool. Edge of oh, that's part of the face. Okay, cool. So we have the back of her hair here like that. This needs to come out a little bit more. This one kind of goes. This needs to go a bit more inwards. Okay, cool. Next, we are going to move on to now see. Now this it's kind of annoying because now it's like now it's lopsided. There we go. Okay. And then so we have this part where this is actually pretty tricky because I'm kind of under the pressure of making sure I kind of like draw on camera well. So it's definitely a lot trickier than if I was to draw this kind of not on camera. Now one thing about this hair is that it's kind of too big. So I think it's kind of too big in that I need to move this over. Right, because then that now I can kind of fit these two guys. This here, fit these two guys, and then I can fit. And then now, if I was to draw L, that, and of course it's not close. So that here, and then comes down. Kind of about where go. And then this one kind of comes over. Then probably a bit higher. I'd say that's good. And then there. And finally, we have that. So we'll need to add on the little hair thing. Something like yeah. And then you know what? It's probably better to put this on a new layer. Then once again, make another hair thing. This one would be a bit higher, right? But I guess in order to correct that, one isn't is better. Come on, meatballs. Then so you have this here all the way there. Oh, yeah. Then okay, cool. So erase this a little bit. Okay, I think that should be pretty much it. Just need to add in some eyebrows. Eyebrows. I go that. That should be fine. Now, the face definitely looks a lot more taller than it should be. So we can kind of make what I'm going to do there. Kind of go from here. But of course, you know, if the face is too tall, then similarly, this piece of hair should actually be more inside. Looking at it now, it should be more like coming out. But I think that should be fine. Close off the lines. It's kind of close. There's definitely too much head over here. But other than that, I think it's all right. I am missing some of the flares on her hair actually. So you've got that, and then flickers. That should be it. Cool. Yeah. So this is what I'm gonna start doing more often. Kind of as for this channel, where I'm just really learning the fundamentals, trying to mimic kind of what other artists have drawn, and go from there to really try and get better faster. So yeah, that's it from me. I'll see you guys in the next video.